Hi, my name is Leith, and I'm going to tell you a bit about my experiences with my advertising campaign subject AMB339. Over 13 weeks, my team and I, which consisted of 9 members, had to research, create, and produce an out-of-the-box advertising campaign for Nature's Own's new product. I was appointed the role as an account planner, and myself, along with the other account planner Jordan and account manager Phoebe, worked really closely together. We normally communicated as a team via our Facebook page, but everyone had each other's numbers, so if there was an urgent matter, it could be dealt with quickly. Now, whilst we did all have different roles, one member of each department, whether that be creative, planners, or production, was present for every meeting. This solved any miscommunications between planners and creatives and really ensured the creative's big idea corresponded to the research and consumer insight. In terms of working with Jordan, my partner, it was a very easy process, identifying as both having a willingness to be open and agreeable on the Big 5 personality scale. We were cooperative, insightful, and open to each other's ideas. The analysis of our personalities on the Big 5 model gave us more insight into how we would react in different situations. For instance, there was a time where I didn't agree with where the consumer insight was going. However, instead of saying no or being standoffish to Jordan's idea, we sat down one Thursday afternoon and discussed each of our concerns until we came to a conclusion. It was this open-ended communication that really helped us with our research process. We both researched the target market, competitors, paths to purchase, as well as conducted in-depth interviews. From this primary and secondary research, we analysed the findings and formulated a consumer insight. Reflecting on our research methodology theory, we used a qualitative approach, and in particular field research. Field research is essentially the idea of going into the field to interview or observe the phenomenon in its natural state. This idea used for our primary research really secured a strong consumer insight in the end. When reflecting on our team's management, I feel like we implemented a contingency theory of management. This is because none of us had had any experience by taking in a role like this. So we really had to deal with the issues as they arose. And in saying that, no issue was dealt the same. A great example of this was the formulation of our research and in particular our consumer insight. Jordan and I had done a lot of research into the 45 to 60-year-old market of male and females. We were looking into a sporty and active target market, but we were really struggling to put together an aha consumer insight because the information we had really wasn't that out of the box. Regardless of this, we put together an insight, gave it to the rest of the team, and continued on with the timeline. Then we had a meeting with Gail, who helped us with the consumer insight. This meeting then led us to further research, revise the consumer insight, advertising strategy, and target market. Based on the contingency model, we had to deal with the cards that lay in front of us. That was to consider changing our target market and setting our team back a week or two on our timeline, or continue with the target market we had and risk marketing Nature's Own's product to the wrong consumer. With all of our team members classified high on the LPC scale of leadership effectiveness, Phoebe, our account manager, assessed the high cooperation of all members in our team. From this, we as a team realised the task structure of researching wasn't as simple as we first thought. And as the contingency model states, more difficult tasks need to be dealt with differently from more simple tasks. From this initial analysis, Phoebe, along with the rest of our team, decided it was favourable to change the consumer insight and research. This combination of leadership members' relations addressed by the contingency management theory suggests the situation was handled the best because our team members were high on the LPC scale. However, changing our target market from men and women aged 45 to 50 who live an active and healthy lifestyle to men and women aged 45 to 60 with a BMI over 30 was a big move. This really disrupted the creative and production timelines as we effectively changed all the research, which impacted the work they had done to date. Furthermore, the work that they had done wasn't relevant to the revised community insight and target market. However, to make things even more complex, after revising the new target market, we realised as a team it was much too niche and did not particularly fit the brief set out by Nature's Own. So again, the contingency model came into place and we reverted back to our initial target market and with a different consumer insight. With time of the essence and the task structure very low, instead of high as it previously had been, it was decided to come up with a new consumer insight. This wouldn't affect the big idea of the creatives, just meant it needed a little fine-tuning. When reflecting on our team, I can wholeheartedly say we worked exceptionally well together. Phoebe did an outstanding job at managing the team, keeping us on track and making sure our deadlines were met.